Adventures with Kitty, Season 3. Foodie Friday. Blueberry Blintzes. I'm gonna let this sit here for a second because it's a little bit to take in. Hey everybody, and welcome to Cookie Adventures with Katie, Season 3. On today's episode, as from the Monday Mouthful on blueberries, we are going to be doing Blueberry Blintzes. Now, with the vote that was this whole week, Blintzes, Pandowdy, Blueberry Soup, and Blueberry Flummery, all of these things are weird things that you probably don't know what they are. And that's okay. I came across a bunch of people that were like, I do like 6 different things with blueberries, and I know all of these things. There's pie, there's cobbler, there's this, that, the other thing, and I'm like, alright, cool, let's do something different. So, I found a bunch of weird recipes, and it's actually, like, not all that weird. A blueberry blitzen is essentially a crepe envelope. So we're going to be making something like a crepe for the pancake-ish thing. It's a little bit different from a crepe where the crepe would have, I believe, milk, where this one has, crepe has water where this one has milk. But yeah, there's minor differences. And with the Blitzen, we will only be cooking it halfway through, where the crepe you would cook it halfway, flip it over, and then finish cooking it for the other half. This we're just going to be cooking until it's firm, putting the blueberries in the middle, and then wrapping it up, and then cooking it again until it's a solid little package of cuteness full of blueberries. So that is what we are going to be doing today. Yeah, we need a small frying pan, a large frying pan, and a medium saucepan. So the small frying pan is 8 inches, I believe is what it is. The large is 12 inches, and the medium saucepan is a quart. So that's what we'll be needing, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so you'll also want a food processor too, and while it's not required, a blender would work just as well, or if you whisk it, that works just as well too. It just takes a little longer and it's a little bit more strenuous on your arms. Trust me, I know, I've made brownies from scratch for so long without any sort of power tools. So, in your processor, if you have one, or blender, or bowl for whisking, you want 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of your lactose-free milk. We need all of our things to be David friendly, so that way he can give us an unbiased opinion. 3 large eggs. 2 tablespoons or a 1/4 stick of butter, melted. 1 and 2 teaspoons of sugar. So now we put all this together and attach our doodad. There we go. And blend until smooth. Alright, so then you take this batter and transfer it to something with a pouring spout, like a pitcher or a blender, or if you have one of these 4-cup giant massive measuring cups, that's what I'm going to be using. So let me put this away. And alrighty, now this needs to sit for 30 minutes at room temperature. If you're doing this for some days in advance, you can make these. You can make this batter up to 2 days early and let it sit in the refrigerator. If you let it sit in the refrigerator for up to 2 days for something like, a party or something, breakfast, do pull it out 30 minutes and let it sit to room temperature for that time. So now we're going to, while this is sitting, get our filling started. Alright, so in our medium saucepan, we want to combine 1 cup of blueberries, the zest and the juice of 1/2 of a lemon, 1 and 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a pinch of cinnamon. Alright, so we are going to turn on our stove to medium and bring this to a boil, stirring constantly until it has reached a consistency of jam. And once it has reached that, I will come get back with you and we'll go to the next step. Alright, now I'm not at the consistency yet. It's just mostly started to change color. But I do want to keep in mind that, or do want you to keep in mind that you can use either fresh or frozen blueberries. If you use frozen blueberries, do not let them thaw. Just pull them right out of the bag and cook them up. So there's that. Also, I'm well aware that there is a pot in my sink. I cleaned my kitchen twice because we ate dinner after I cleaned this the first time. It is soaking. It has been scrubbed and is clean with the exception of the bottom where the soup that was made in it was burnt. So, yes. Anyway, changing focus. So with the lemon, the zest that I used, I ended up using 3/4 of the lemon of lemon zest. Because it's supposed to be finely grated zest. But I wasn't sure because I've never actually zested something properly, I suppose. I don't know. Because I always end up pulling the white tart bit of the fruit out as well. So in this, I didn't get any of that. So I wanted to make sure I was getting, the proper amount of zest. So I ended up 3/4. I did only use half of the lemon. The other half of the lemon I'm using to sweeten my my green tea in my mug right back there. So, crepes are a thin, pancakey breakfast pancake. Sure, we'll go with that. And you also want to make sure that you cover your pancake batter or your crepe batter, which I forgot, but I just did. And it's only been like 10 minutes. I don't think it should ruin anything. It should be good. So crepes are thin, delicate pancakes, and crepe batter must be mixed until smooth. It's most easily done in a blender or a processor, but it can be done by hand. Cover and let stand at least 30 minutes before cooking. And let's see. Now, crepes can be made in a regular crepe pan, but you can make them in any pan. We will be using this one. Non-stick is preferred. But as I do not have non-stick any longer, we are not going to use those. Okay, so this is at jam consistency. So then at this point in time, we are going to add 1 more cup of blueberries, and we are going to cook and stir for 1 more minute. Alright, so then we're going to remove it from the heat and transfer it to a bowl to cool. Whoa. Alright, so while this is cooling to room temperature, this is going to go over here where it's not going to burn anything. And the crepe batter has about 15 more minutes, so that will allow this to come down to room temperature, and we'll come back when we're ready to go with cooking the crepes. Alright, so the eye is on medium. I've done this a couple of times, so I'm not going to be quite so obnoxious showing this to you. You want a teaspoon of butter. That looks about it. You want about just a smidgen. You want just enough to coat the bottom. And you know when it's the right temperature when your butter is coloring, but it's not smoking. So if you notice, as soon as I poured it on there, it was smoking, but I lifted it up, spin it around, and it cools off just enough to where it stops smoking. So now we just kind of let it sit for a second and let it color. And it's about to that point. And then we take our batter, and I found the easiest way is to go like that, and then you want to tilt it around. I'm sorry you can't see this as well as you should. As quickly as you can to get the maximum amount of... This one's actually the best looking one I've done. It's a little bit thick in the middle, but that one's actually pretty good.
Good job.
And then you just let it sit until it will get a nice goldeny color on the bottom, and the top part is firm. And you also want it to slide around. So, here's what you kind of want it to look like on the bottom. This one's my best looking one. It's so nice. Alright. And then you should be able to just kind of slide it up, check the bottom. Actually, that looked kind of light, but also really good. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Alright, and then we take our next little bit of butter. That looks like a little bit too much. And let's see if I can get a different camera angle once this is ready. So I'm going to set that down and prep the camera. Alright, David's the cameraman. So... Of course, this one doesn't look near as good. But once you get it as best you can. Dork, thank you.
Trying to match the flow. Well, we can try it again.
Yes.
How long does that one take?
It's just a minute or two.
We're rolling.
Okie dokie.
Artichokey.
I feel like that was too much. No, actually that was like a good amount. I feel like if I cool the pan down just a wee bit, I'll be able to get it around faster. But that one's a good one too. Yay! Stop it! David! Quit! Alright, so I found a different way. When you pour in the batter, tilt it around and then hit the middle last. So, let's see if I can do this. There we go. I don't think I poured enough in, but... Yeah, my last two were better, and that's the same way I did it. But, so if you pour it in and then go around and then work your way in the middle, it'll be a little bit better looking. Alright, so we're going to clean off some workspace and start wrapping up our Blintzes. Alright, so I've done a couple of them, trying to find a good folding pattern. And I haven't really, but this is the last one that I did, and this is actually like perfect. Like, it's the perfect circle, it's the perfect thickness, like all of everything. So I'm going to show you all this one, even though I'm probably going to ruin it by folding it weird. But anyway, so I found out when you're cooking it, don't butter it every time. Butter it like every other time. And now the second time you butter it, it'll slide off real slowly. But if you take a knife and then kind of clip it underneath it and fold it over to where you can grab it and peel it off the pan, it's warm, but it's not hot enough where you're gonna burn yourself. So with this, the recipe says take 2 heaping tablespoons and put them in. But because I have, you know, this huge stack of crepes, I'm only doing one good size scoop with this small spoon. So then you want to fold it into a rectangular like way, and there. And then you fold it, or when you place it, you want to place it seam side down so it will stay. And when we cook them, to cook the seam closed, we're going to place them in the pan seam side down as well. And here's a slightly less pretty one, and do a spoon, and we'll just kind of go around the corners like this. And you want to do that with all of them. Alright, so in your large 12-inch skillet, you want a quarter stick of butter. 2 tablespoons is a quarter stick. And you also want, that's the end of the butter there, you also want a tablespoon of, here we go, of vegetable oil. And you want to turn it on to medium. Right there. And we'll do a tablespoon. Alright. And now we want the butter to be melted, and it to heat up to where the bubbling has subsided from the butter. So we're just gonna glaze, or well, not glaze the pan, but lube the pan, and we'll come back when it's ready. Alright, so we have a couple of bubbles down here, but all up here is ready. So we're going to take our Blintz and put seam side down onto the pan. And if everything is done right, once they're done cooking, it will be sealed shut. And we'll have a tasty treat. Alright, so I flipped over this first one, and so now we're going to carefully flip over the other ones. You want your Blitz to be golden brown on the bottom. Oh, that one opened up a little bit. I'm having issues! There we go. Alright, so we're going to flip them all over, only once though. Alright, and I'm pretty sure once you flip your last one, you should be able to take your first one off. So, yeah, I think that looks good. And then you want to put them on a paper towel, because it is in buttery and oil, to dab them off a little bit. Yep. And then we'll move on to batch 2. Alright, here's the second batch. Alright, flipping them this time around seems to be going much easier. And now that I say that, I feel like something's going to happen and I'm going to have issues. But particularly with this. That all seemed to go pretty smooth. Alright. Oh, these look much nicer. Alright. And then there's that side, and they're ready to come off. Alright, so taste test.
Smells like grilled cheese sandwich.
It smells like a grilled cheese sandwich.
We should make grilled cheese crepes. That's good, baby.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a sufficient breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
With like some whipped cream. I can make you some whipped cream. We have coconut cream. Coconut. Yeah. I can whip
You should
it up.
learn how to make some dairy-free creme fraiche. That's good. Good job.
Success.
And that would make a good grilled cheese sandwich too.
Grilled cheese crepes.
Next time on Green Bumps.
Alright, guys. So, success. These are quite tasty. David approves. David approves. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We have 1 week left in June. So we have one last vote for fruits, and then next week we will be doing a vote for July's theme. So for the next week, the vote is between pineapple, lemons, I wrote it down and I don't have them in front of me. Hold on. Pineapples, lemons, avocado, and then Sarah, my little sister, suggested starfruit. So
if you do lemons, you gotta do a side of fresh lemonade.
with a side of fresh lemonade.
Like at the flea market.
Fresh lemonade.
Yeah, with pure American white sugar caked in the bottom of it and shaken up.
So, those are your choices for this next week. And I do hope y'all enjoyed this episode. It was certainly interesting trying to learn how to make grapes, but I know how to make them now. And hey, that's cool. So please like, subscribe, and comment if you have any suggestions for recipes or themes or anything. Please do let me know. Please don't forget there is a Facebook. We are facebook.com/cookingadventureswithkatie, and then there is a Twitter now with the @cookadventure being the tag. So yeah, and you can vote on either one of those. I do keep track of both of them. So there's that. And I'll see y'all Monday with the Monday Mouthful on the winning theme for next week. So, toodle-doo, and I'll see y'all Monday, and happy cooking.